A very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Mariam Vijayaratna. Let's have a look at the headlines first. Country goes for a 10-day lockdown again, the officials announced today. Exports surpassed $1 billion mark in July, EDB officials report. News in detail. A nationwide lockdown announced from 10 p.m. tonight till Monday, August 30th. According to the government sources, the quarantine curfew will be implemented for continuous 9 days and it will be lifted on 30th Monday. Army Commander General Shavendra Silva said that all essential services will, however, continue to function as normal during the quarantine period. He added that essential services will include apparel industries, agricultural activities and pharmacies will remain open during the quarantine curfew imposed from tonight. The Chief of the National Operations Center for Prevention of COVID-19 Outbreak, Army Commander General Shavendra Silva, also said the decision was taken at the COVID-19 Task Force meeting held at the Presidential Secretariat this morning, chaired by President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. He further assured that the Army and the health authorities will continue the vaccination program for people over the age of 60 during the curfew period. Meanwhile, several parties have urged President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to impose a countrywide lockdown given Sri Lanka's COVID-19 situation. The chief prelates from both the Malwatu and Askiri chapters, in a letter dated 18th August, urged the president to implement a countrywide lockdown for at least a week. Members of 10 different political parties in a letter recommended 7 measures to be taken, including a countrywide lockdown for 3 weeks and prioritizing persons over the age of 60 and those with illness when administering vaccines. They had drawn attention to COVID-19 data discrepancies and asked that action be taken against all responsible parties, adding that people's committees should be established to ensure COVID-19 health guidelines are adhered to. Data from the health authorities showed that Sri Lanka's COVID-19 daily detections are increasing day by day. The patients detected only on Thursday stood at 3,806 persons, exceeding 370,000 with a detection of 3,806 COVID-19 patients. The Health Promotion Bureau states that 22,290 PCR tests were carried out yesterday. The day before, 19,021 PCR tests and 6,526 rapid antigen tests were carried out. A total of 373,165 persons have tested positive for COVID-19 to date. This includes 85,309 persons from Colombo, 67,706 persons from Gampaha, 39,518 persons from Kalutara, 18,772 persons from Galle, and 17,933 persons from Kurunegala. Third wave detections from Western Province consist of 53,012 patients from Colombo, 49,172 patients from Gampaha and 32,460 patients from Kalutara. At present, 47,847 persons are under medical or home care, with hospitals observing 3,946 persons suspected of having COVID-19. According to the epidemiology unit, 2,186 persons were discharged from hospitals yesterday, raising the country's COVID-19 recoveries to 318,714. Moreover, Health Ministry sources also confirmed another 186 coronavirus-related deaths for August 18th, increasing the death toll in Sri Lanka due to the virus to 6,790. Meanwhile, SLT Mobitel has donated another PCR machine to the Kotalavala Defence University Hospital day before yesterday. The Rs 5.2 million worth donation is part of the company's Sabendiyave Satkarya CSR initiative in helping the nation's healthcare system and communities in need.
අපිට විවිධ ඉල්ලීම් ලැබුණා මේ සඳහා මැදිහත් වෙන්න රෝහල් තියෙනවා PCR යන්ත්‍ර අවශ්‍ය. ඒ වගේම SLT මොබිටල් ජාතික ආයතනයක් විදිහට අපිටත් ලොකු වගකීමක් තියෙනවා සමාජ මෙහෙවර සඳහා. ඒද අපි සබඳතාවයෙන් එළියට ගිහිල්ලා සබඳතාවයේ සත්කාරයේ විදිහට අපි මේ සමාජ දායකත්වයට අපේ දායකත්වය ලබා දෙන්න අපි තීරණය කරා.
Bakers in Sri Lanka have been compelled to increase the price of their products to reflect rising costs starting next Monday, the Sri Lanka Bakers Owners Association said. President of the All Ceylon Bakers Owners Association, N.K. Jayawardena, stated this in a media briefing held yesterday. Accordingly, the price of a loaf of bread will increase by a minimum of 5 rupees, shortage will increase by 10 rupees and 1 kilogram of cake will increase by 100 rupees. The Bakery Owners Association President N.K. Jayawardena stressed that the exorbitant sugar prices were the main reason for the price hike. However, he stated that the prices of all the key ingredients have skyrocketed over the past few months, making it difficult to sell their bakery products at the current prices. He said the sugar prices have increased by 100% from 95 rupees a kilo to 175 rupees at present, while palm oil prices have surged by 120% from 6,000 rupees to 14,000 rupees for a 12-litre bottle. Moreover, he stated that a kilogram of butter is 2,500 rupees and margarine is 600 rupees. The association president further stated that members of the association are already faced with multiple financial difficulties due to the rising costs, and the negligence of authorities to control market conditions have also led to the decision to increase bakery prices following an internal discussion among bakery owners. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
ඒත් නෑනේ පොළගාවේ නම් තිබුණලු
මම ගියා එහෙත් ඉවරයි
කාර් එකයි කෝටි ගොඩයි ටිකට් එකයි දිනුම් දෙකයි සම්පත ලග්නවර්ම මාසෙටම එකයි
පරක්කු වෙලා වාසනාව නැති කරගන්න එපා
ජාතික ලොතරැයි මණ්ඩලය SLT Mobitel Home Broadband within online learning සහ online working සඳහා ඇදහිය නොහැකි data දීමනා GB 30ක් රුපියල් 195යි GB 100ක් රුපියල් 490යි කාර්යාලයක් පාසලක් ගෙදරටම ගෙනෙන ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ඉන්ටර්නෙට් සබඳතාවය SLT Mobitel එකම එක සමැදියාව
ඒත් නෑනේ පොළගාවේ නම් තිබුණලු
මම ගියා එහෙත් ඉවරයි
කාර් එකයි කෝටි ගොඩයි ටිකට් එකයි දිනුම් දෙකයි සම්පත ලග්නවර්ම මාසෙටම එකයි
පරක්කු වෙලා වාසනාව නැති කරගන්න එපා
ජාතික ලොතරැයි මණ්ඩලය.
Welcome back after the break. Sri Lanka's exports have surpassed the $1 billion mark in July after 4 months time period, where the similar achievement was only recorded in March during this year. The officials' data also showed that is an increase of 12.39% over $972.2 million in July 2019. As per the figures raised by the Sri Lanka Customs, Sri Lanka recorded exports worth of $1,099.41 million in July 2021, the highest ever monthly achievement, which showed an increase of 1.33% over $1,085 million in July 2020. In July 2021, export earnings from rubber and rubber finished products have increased by 13.6% year-on-year to $96.65 million, with strong performance in exports of pneumatic and retreated rubber tires and tubes and industrial and surgical gloves. Export earnings from spices and essential oils have increased by 11.47% year-on-year in July 2021, with significant increase in cinnamon, pepper, cloves, essential oils and oleoresins. Meanwhile, export earnings from electrical and electronic products and seafood recorded increases during the month of July 2021 compared with July 2020. Although earnings from the apparel and textile sector decreased by 3.1% year-on-year to $452.55 million in July 2021, earnings from apparel and woven fabrics under the apparel and textile sector have increased by 2.76% and 69.43% respectively in July 2021 compared with July 2020. Further, export earnings from apparel increased by 9.27% in July 2021 in comparison to June 2021. For the period of January to July 2021, merchandise export increased by 22.17% to $6,661.13 million compared to the corresponding period of 2020, following increased exports of apparel and textiles, rubber-based products, coconut-based products, electronic and electronic components, spices and concentrates, seafood and ornamental fish. Brokering firms said that Sri Lanka's stock fell 0.99% yesterday, ending a three-session gaining streak after the country's central bank, in a surprise, reversed its monetary policy stance to aggressive from dovish to ease the pressure on the rupee. The central bank, which has maintained an accommodative monetary policy with record low interest rates from last year, unexpectedly tightened the key policy rates by increasing them by 50 basis points. Colombo All-Share Price Index lost 82.77 points to close at 8,260.08, while S&P SL20 index of more liquid stocks fell 0.86% or 26.35 points to close at 3,047.07. Investors had been largely shifting their funds to risky assets from fixed instruments due to lower interest rates. Sri Lanka stocks have been on the rise partly due to record low interest rates, excess liquidity in money markets, and some businesses being disrupted due to import controls triggered by money printing. The trend of net foreign selling has been continuing since early last year. A statutory reserve ratio was also raised by 2%, which may mop up an estimated 120 billion rupees from banks' rupee reserves. Analysts said the market was keen on the central bank's stance on the rupee exchange rate. A speculation on the currency devaluation has boosted the market, led by export companies. However, the central bank on Thursday said there was no change in its official exchange rate. Meanwhile, Central Bank Governor W.D. Lakshman said at the Monetary Policy Review held on Thursday, Sri Lanka will place ceilings on dollar deposits of exporters to reduce the gap between the rupee and dollar deposit rate and rupee loans. The yesterday's turnover was 5.4 billion rupees, and it was over the year's average daily turnover of 3.9 billion rupees. The both saw 53 stocks gaining against 126 falling on Thursday. Foreign investors bought a net 24.9 million worth of shares on Tuesday, and the market has suffered a net foreign outflow of over 36.08 billion rupees so far this year. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a mixed note today. The all-share price index dropped 20.02 points to close at 8,240.06, and the S&P SL20 gained 1.57 points to close at 3,048.64. The turnover was 5.6 billion rupees and over 225 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all we have for tonight. Have a great weekend. Good night.